I'm not feeling confident right now. I don't have my makeup on. I don't have anything, but I just really feel like I have to say this because this is what the world really needs to hear right now. If you see this video, you are meant to see this. We are living in a generation that there is so much information, right or wrong. We are overwhelmed, like this morning routine, night routine, diet, workout, career, start a business, finish that degree, get money, investment, do so many stuff. And then we are burnt out, depressed, anxious, stressed, and we're paralyzed. We can't function properly anymore. And it's making us losing hope, losing joy in life. And sometimes we go to our phone, we go to drugs, we go find love that's not true love, just to fulfill something empty, a hole in our heart that doesn't really fulfill that. And what I'm trying to say is there isn't really that much you need to do. Seriously, you really don't need to do everything. You feel like you have to do that, but you actually don't. So, for example, you feel like you have to finish this. You have to get a really good grade, which you actually don't have to. Or you feel like you have to go with this friend every single week, which you don't have to. You feel like you need to get a boyfriend, get a girlfriend, get a wife, get engaged. You don't have to. You feel like you have to get a job that people respect you. You literally don't have to. And I want to share a little bit of my experience, okay? So I grew up in Taiwan. It's in Asia. It's next to China. We grew up having to study really hard because our country is depending on this semiconductor company, so they just want everyone to be a engineer. That's what they want. They just want us to be really good in science, in math, English. So the whole education system is built for us to study. It's not built for us to be creative, to be innovative, to do art or anything else. They just want us to be all be engineers. Okay, so doesn't matter. I grew up just studying. I actually have a really good childhood in elementary school. I was doing like all kinds of sports. I do dancing. I study a little bit. I still study, getting good grade. Like it was easy in elementary school. But ever since middle school and high school, I went to a private school, and all I did was study. I don't even really work out. I only do like Pilates every night after I come home. The school was from 8 a.m. Actually 7:30. We have to be there at 7:30. 7:30 to 9:40. And then we eat dinner at school, and then we start studying from 7:30 to 9. So basically from 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. we are at school, studying, just cramming, just trying to learn everything and memorize stuff. From 12 years old to 18, I have no memories except for studying. And I didn't even, the thing is that even remember what I learned. Like, it was, I learned the foundation, but like, it was, I have no passion about it. I study all day, and then I get into a good college. It was physical therapy. I didn't even know what physical therapy is. Everyone just tell me to go to college and you can get a good job. That's what they said. They said, oh, go to a good college, find a healthcare, because healthcare is, they need more people in healthcare, and they say if you study healthcare, you're gonna get a great job, which is true though. Hear me out. Okay, but okay, so I go to this physical therapy school. Same, studying very hard, getting good grades. I went to one of the best hospital. I actually went to the best hospital in Taiwan, and I realized that this is not what I want. Working in a hospital is not what I want. I know it looks cool. I know it looks so servicive, like you look like you have a good heart and you are contributing so much to the world, but that's really not what I am looking for in my life. That is not my goal. So it was really hard for me at the time. Last year, the whole entire year, I do feel fulfilling, but at the same time I feel like I'm wasting my time because that is not what I want. And the environment in the hospital was really negative and a little bit sad and sometimes a little bit hopeless. And it's just not what I personally want to be. And the hard thing was, it was the best hospital. It was the best place to learn. And I still feel like something is off. I don't feel like I belong there. Even though that was my first choice. And the crazy part is that I only applied for that specific hospital. I only applied for 2 hospitals and I got into every single one. I applied for 4 rotations and I got into all of it. I did not have a plan B. And I did have a plan B, but the plan B, they reject me. My phone dead. So what I'm trying to say is, most of my life, I just do what makes sense for me. Okay, so physical therapy. Yeah, we're talking about physical therapy. I graduated. I went through very harsh studying. Went through the internship. Now I'm graduating, and I didn't. The funny thing is, I did something really brutal, which is I didn't sign up for the license exam because I don't want to be a physical therapist. At least I don't want to be a physical therapist in Taiwan. The life of a physical therapist is really far from what I want in my life. And I know I made a lot of content of day in the life of a physical therapist and stuff, but deep down I don't like it. I think I only like the studying process. I think I only like my first 2 years, 2.5 years in physiotherapy, because I like the musculoskeletal part. But whenever we start learning about pediatric cardiopulmonary neurology, to lose interest, and I realized that this is not really what I want, and people in the hospital are in really bad condition. I didn't apply. I didn't sign up for the license exam, which means I don't know what I'm going to do to make money. Very scary. At the same time, I applied for a master's degree for sports medicine. And 2 days after my license exam was expired, like the deadline, 2 days after the deadline, I got accepted from the school that I want for my master's degree. And imagine that 2 days, those 2 days were the worst 2 days in my life. I didn't know who I was. Like, I'm not a student, I'm not a physical therapist, I don't know who I am. I'm not a YouTuber. I think I am a YouTuber, but I'm not making money yet. I'm not monetized yet. It's just like really scary because I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I know I'm trying my best every single day. I'm always trying to maximize every resource I have, every school I attended. I try to use their library, I use their study room, I use the gym, like everything. Anywhere I go, I try to utilize everything. Right now I'm in a program, it's called Purpose Driven Creators Program, and every single meeting I just go. Like, I take notes, I implement the tips I learned, and it's just always, I was always like that. When I was in track team, we need to run two laps every day before practice. 2 laps every day. Whether the coach is watching, I run 2 laps because that's a drill. Like, quitting was never an option for me. Cutting corners was never an option for me. It was never in my mind, you know. And I think this comes to discipline, okay? So if you ask me, how do you be disciplined? I don't think about discipline. I just do. I'm not thinking about being disciplined. I just think, oh, I gotta do this, what I want to do. There's a bigger picture in the future that I'm chasing, that I'm working on. And it just makes sense. Everything makes sense. Okay? If I didn't study physio, if I wasn't studying my ass off in middle school, high school, I wouldn't get into physical therapy school in college. If I wasn't choose physiotherapy as my major, I'm not going to get my master's degree because you need a related major. So even though I'm not ending up being a physiotherapist, it's still gonna help my career. Because what I want to do is promoting health and wellness. So it's still kind of relevant to what I want to do. Ever since I was little, I just like to work out, like to do sports. Like, I care about physical activity. I care about how exercising help with our mind. And like, I love everything I've learned. And that's a passion. That's the passion you have. The passion you have and what you learn and your purpose is what helped me go through every day and achieve, and that's what I'm call discipline, hardworking. It's because of the passion, because of the love. And I would say, like, before I turned 20 years old, I don't know exactly what I want. I think I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. Okay, so fun story. I wanted to become a plastic surgeon when I was 10 years old. When I was in 3rd grade, I know I wanted to be a plastic surgeon because I was bullied because I was fat. I thought that I could become a plastic surgeon and help women feel confident about themselves. I was manifesting myself, being on TikTok and sharing how I help women become more beautiful. That was always my dream. So that's why I want to study hard, because you're going to go to medical school to become a plastic surgeon. Eventually, I didn't get enough. I wasn't that good at studying. I wasn't smart enough to get into medical school, which I think was a huge blessing. I want to be a doctor. Okay. So physical therapy. I chose physical therapies. Still kind of relate to what I want to do. Okay, I want to help people move. Okay, physical therapy. I thought I'm going to be helping people move, helping people feel better, perform better. It is part of the case. So physiotherapy is more focused on rehab, which means when someone gets injured, when someone was under really bad condition that they are unable to move. So it was a little bit far. It was a little bit far from what I expected. I wanted to work with athletes. And I found out, like, during my internship, I just really like working with athletes. Every time I see an athlete patient, I just get so excited. And I was so happy. So that's how I know. But I'll never know if I never done. And I will never learn this basic knowledge if I never went to this school. I would never start my YouTube channel again if I didn't go to physiotherapy school. I would never question myself. I don't know. I just think everything happens for a reason, and you literally don't need to worry about anything. Another thing that I want to share is knowing what you want is so powerful. For my internship, I only applied for 2 hospitals, and I got into both of them. The best private hospital and the best public hospital. I got into both of them because that's what I want, because I just want to learn as much as I can. And for my master's degree, I literally only applied for 1, and I got in. For my license exam, I didn't want to take that exam. I kept saying, I don't want to take the exam. I don't want to work as a physio here. Why am I taking this exam? It doesn't make sense to me. I kept telling God that I don't want this. And then guess what? I missed the deadline. I went through the sign-up process with my classmate, but I did not pay the fee. And I thought I paid the fee. I thought I paid the fee all this time. They sent me email. They sent me text message. I thought I paid, but actually I did not. They sent me a letter, told me I have to do this on May 5th. I opened the letter on May 6th. I missed the deadline. A lot of things had to go wrong for me to miss that, and yeah, it happened. And that was probably the best thing that happened for me, because I suddenly feel so free. I feel so free that now I'm just really think about who I am. I think about when I meet someone. Do I like them because they have good grades? Do I like them because they have a lot of money? Do I like them because they are talented? No. I like them because they have a great heart, because they are kind, they are courageous, they are curious, they are comfortable to be with, they are encouraging, they are inspiring. So that's what matters. Sometimes I would be so hard on myself, and I'll just be like, oh, Lika, you need to work out. You need to read a book. You need to be perfect on the internet. Look at me now. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of trying to be perfect and be burnt out. And just like how I got accepted and get anything I want, my life, I could get anything I want. I just need to do things I think matters to me. Right now, I think what matters to me is if I eat healthy food, if I move my body, if I create. That's what matters to me right now. I have this trick that I think is really useful. I learned it from Steve Jobs. He always have one thing that's on his to-do list, only one. That no matter what happened, he would finish that. Just that one thing. When I was working in the hospital, I always have two to-do lists. So one would be maybe finishing reading this paper or work on my project. And the second thing on my to-do list will be something related about my YouTube, like editing something or writing a script or film a video. And just make sure you complete those two things. Two things will make me feel fulfilled. So I can go to bed sleeping better. And it can be anything. Like today my two things are relax and organize my Spotify playlist. Oh, I should put my I'm gonna put my Spotify playlist in the description. So yeah, my ex used to say, control what you can control. Credit to my ex. This is really useful. Discipline is something you can control. The result is not something you can control. God loves you. Listen to Him. Listen to your heart. Follow your heart. And your dream will come true. I hope this video helps. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I just love this little talking moment. And I wish your dream come true. I love you. Bye.